Welcome back to our Dream in the Woods. Today, back to more milling. I'm still working on this deck of logs, the long logs that I had purchased last winter. I only have 3 left, so that's kind of my goal, is to get through them. Once I get through them, then I'm going to start sawing. I'm not going to do those short logs. I'm still going to focus on the hard beams and posts that I need to get. So after I get that deck of logs done, then I'll start working on this deck here. I think what I'm going to do is open this up and do some organization. We cut a lot of these to 19 feet. Some of them are to 22, some are 16s, some are big, some are small, some are crooked. But it is a nice deck of Doug fir only logs. And so these all came off the property here, and so they're all local trees, which will be kind of special to be using in this project. So I'm looking forward to that. So I got this first log up here. Of course, I'm always trying to look for these 6 by 10 by 22. I'm working on them, but I still have, let's see, 6 more to go. So I don't think this is gonna make it. And then if you kind of look at how, I don't know, it just kind of got a crook there at the end. So then the next biggest 6 by 10 I need goes to 18 feet. So this is 18.6. And so I think I'm gonna cut it there and then see what it looks like as far as getting a 6 by 10 out of that. If I get a 6 by 10 by 18, I'd be happy with that. But definitely, I think cutting that piece off is a good idea. So here is that first log. I made the first cut, flipped it 190, and then this is kind of what we look like as far as 6 by 10. So it does look like we can make it. It doesn't really look like the pith will be centered. It's skewed off to the side of the log quite a ways, but I'm just going to go with it. And it looks like it's about 1 inch off of center when I use the sill scale. So anyway, hope to get 6 by 10 out of that. Be 18 feet long. And that's the beam that runs between these 2 tall posts and the center bay of the barn that supports the second floor. So important piece material. So I'll get to cutting, hopefully get a couple of 1 by or 2 by materials off the sides and show you what I get here. Well, I just cut that final board on this first log, and that's the spring that it did. As soon as I finished cutting through the far side, I could tell it popped. And so yeah, that's a 2-inch piece. I'd say it's not quite 2-inch spring there, but pretty significant. The beam itself looks still pretty flat. Looks like it's off of this bunk, maybe 1/4 of an inch, something like that. So I'm not going to do anything with that. It's a 6 by 10 by 18, and I think I'm just going to run with that. This board here, I think I'm just going to, I need it to cut it into a 2 by 6, and then I'm just going to put it in the stack and keep putting weight on it and see what it does by the time we need it. Hopefully that spring will come out of it. If not, it'll be cut down into some other pieces or not used at all, but time will tell. Alright, here's the second log. It's a dandy. Big. 17 inches on the small end here. So a 17-inch log should get a cant size of 12 by 12. So that sounds great to try to get two 6 by 10s, but then that kind of puts the pith down the center of one side. Tempted to do it. I mean, look at the size of this sucker on this one here. Not that this matters that much, but so that's more like 19 by 21, 20 and a half. So it's a big log. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to try to saw that center pith out of this and just see how I do. There's quite a few big limbs coming off of here, which is different than the other logs, but I still think it's going to be a solid chunk of wood. So I need to bring this side up about 3 inches, 2 inches or so. That little jack there, it struggles with so much weight, so I think I'm going to lift it up with the skid steer, put a 2-inch block in there, and do it like that. Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, this is a little bit different of a cut for me, but what I'm going to try to do is cut that down to a 12-inch surface. So something like that. Maybe you can see that. And then as I'm doing that, try to get some fletches so that I can get some material out of. So once I cut a piece that's 6 inches wide at the top, then I'll start pulling 1 or 2 inch fletches off that I'll recut after this. But goal is to go down to 12, flip it, go down to 12, recalculate. A little bit new to me, but we'll seems like plenty big log to get 2 of these 6 by 10s out of. Well, this log is already fighting me a little bit. I don't know if you can tell right here, but it's making a cut. Had a brand new blade on, first cut, and then you can just see all the dirt right there. I think I hit a rock right here, and then it caused that blade to come down, and then I just been fighting it since. So I decided to cut another half inch off of it, but I just laboring down the log. It just, you know, I can just see dirt right there. That's all dirt. So I have a thing I ordered that goes on the end of a chainsaw that debarks things. It's just I don't have it set up. Just another one of those things that I should have out here and I don't. And really what I want to do is just be out here milling, but I should really take the time and set some of these things up so it'll save me time in the end, and blades. So I'm going to replace the blade, take this piece off. I'm still looking for a 12-inch wide piece before I turn it, and I think I am going to turn it with a skid steer on the log deck. Try that. Alright, I got this log flipped. Worked pretty slick to just grab it with the skid steer and flip it over on that log deck. Better than trying to do all the straps and all that stuff, time-wise for sure. This is much cleaner than the other one, but I still tried to debark what I could. It's just some of it's frozen, it's tight, but yeah, probably got half of it off, I'd say. I haven't really even looked at what 12 inches looks like here. Handy dandy sewing thing here. So that's the bottom of 12 inches. So I'm not sure that'll make 12 or not, but I'm not sure it needs to. But that's my goal, is to make a square 12 by 12, or a 12 by 10 is really what I need. 12 by 10. So we'll see what we can get out of it. Put a new saw blade on, and hopefully this one holds up. Just, I think, you know, this log had a lot of limbs on it and picked up a lot of dirt, so we'll see. All right, got that cant up there. Still haven't, still bark on the bottom side there, but I think I am going to peel off my 6-inch section right now. There's the pith. And let me show you a little better. I don't know if you can see my finger there. So the pith is right there. So if I peel off 6 inches there, I'll have cut the pith off of that for that timber, or it's going to be a post. And then it's 12 inches, and so actually I could probably take an inch off of each side and get rid of quite a bit of this wane here. My dad reminded me that if you have some wane like this, just put that at the top, because this is going to be a long post, so it doesn't need the same strength up there as it does at the bottom. So he's got a point. So anyway, I think that's what I'm going to do. Is it's similar on the other side. I checked it, is that if I cut 6 inches right now, I'll be able to get that post without any pith on it. So that's the plan. Beautiful piece of wood, man, real nice. All right, that worked pretty good. A little bit of a spring when I cut that, so you can kind of see a little bit right here and a little bit on the far end. Doesn't really affect anything. I think I still have the dimensions correct. So I'll pull that off with the skid steer. I'm not going to manhandle 6x12. And then it'll have to come back up to then be sized to 10 inches. But yeah, there's the pith right there. So I cut it out of both sides. So now my next goal will be to deal with this down here and do the same thing. Try to get two 6x10x22s pith free of, there's some term there, free of heart. Okay, I think this is working out okay. I took off one 1-inch slab, and so now this is 7 inches, hopefully a little more than 7 inches. Yeah, right at 7 inches there. And so there's that pith down there. So I'm going to turn it 180 and cut that out of there. This is still 12 inches, and then I'll flip it up on edge and then cut that down to 10. I just got a little bit of wane on both sides, so I'll be able to clean that off of there. In fact, there's no reason for me to cut at 180 right now. I might as well just flip it 90 and cut a piece off. So anyway, hindsight, I probably should have just cut it down to 10 inches and then started whittling my pieces off. There was no reason for that to be a 12-inch piece, because now it's causing me extra work. So, and I probably could have got better boards out of it if I would have done that. So, but 2 6x10 by 22 posts, no pith. Pretty cool. There's the other one that still has to be cut down to a 10-inch piece. Big. Okay, so edged both of the top boards. Had to waste one because it was under 1 inch. It was more like a little more than 3/4, but out of tolerance. So let's see. This should be the board that has all the pith in it, which you can kind of see coming down here, right there, and then it'll be interesting to see if there's any of that in this board here, or this timber. So, nope. Well, got just a tiny bit there. Otherwise looks pretty clear, free. I don't know if that's a little bit there, but nothing that's going to affect anything. So there it is. The second 6x10. So the next thing I have to do is then put this one back up on the mill and then edge it, because it's a 6x12 now, and then I think I'll take some off of both sides, at least get a 1x6 board that I can use off of one side, and yeah, big log. Eric came out to help after work, so that was nice. So that's the two posts, 6x10 by 22 foot posts, and those are free of heart, free of center, free of pith, however you want to put that. This is the 6x10 by 18 beam that I cut out of that first tree. Would have liked to get that third log, but it's running late. And we didn't really get a ton of extra. Definitely got some, let's see, we got about 5 1x6s and 1 2x6 out of that. So not a lot on the bonus material, but real happy with getting 2 posts out of that one tree. Looks awesome. So the last thing tonight I'm going to do is get those all put to bed in the lumber bunks. They're already uncovered, so get over there, get them in place, stickered, and then covered in case we get some snow. So anyway, it's a good day of milling. Appreciate Eric's help here, and we'll catch you in this next video. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and have a great day.